From downtown Salt Lake City, this is 2 News at 7.
The search continues tonight for that 5-year-old little girl as her family grows more and more concerned. The latest on the search and what police are now asking from residents. And another hiker dies on Mount Everest today. The permit process now has some people questioning if it's safe and in the best interest of hikers. And in Oklahoma, residents are picking up the pieces after a series of devastating storms paralyzed parts of the state, how they are now coping. Hello and thanks for joining us on Utah's only 7 p.m. newscast. I'm Jim Spiewak in for Heidi, who has the night off. The search for 5-year-old Elizabeth, Shelley, and Logan comes to another frustrating end tonight. The family of Lizzie, as they call her, says that they are hopeful tonight but are sad and exhausted. She was last seen near 100 South and 400 East in Logan and was reported missing Saturday morning.
As a family, we are overwhelmed, scared, and sad at the recent tragic events that have touched our lives.
Right now, the search for Elizabeth has been expanded several miles from her home to Hiram and Nibley. And we do have some drone video. I think you just saw a little bit of it taken above Nibley. Multiple agencies are working day and night to locate Lizzie. Her uncle, 21-year-old Alex Whipple, is being held by police but is not providing any information about the missing girl. Meanwhile, Logan police are asking residents to contact them immediately if they saw Alex Whipple on Saturday. According to court documents, Whipple is being held on a probation violation, drug and weapon charges. A no bail order has been applied for, but police say they have more than enough evidence in the disappearance of Lizzie that they're not worried about him getting out. Police also want residents living in the southwest part of Logan near the area of 1200 West between Nibley and Hiram to check their video cameras. Residents and business owners are also asked to check their yards, buildings, containers, and garbage cans for anything they do not recognize. While help in those areas is needed and welcome, Logan police say no volunteers are needed in the search for Lizzie. According to Logan police, they have more than 200 law enforcement officers from a dozen different agencies helping out. Police say as soon as they have a need, if they do have one, they will reach out to the public for help. And for more on this and other stories that are important to you, be sure to stay connected with 2 News on air. And you can do that by getting our mobile app over at KUTV.com. Well, there's some lingering rain still sticking around, maybe some more on the way. Here to tell us about that is Matt over in the weather department. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, we've got some showers that are lingering longer, Jim. You put it just right there. Some of these showers really starting to taper off because we've lost that daytime heating from the sun, so we lose the energy. So look at this. They're starting to calm down in the West Desert towards Eureka and points westward out towards Dugway. But hey, Wasatch Front, fire up the barbecuer. We've got better weather over here to end Memorial Day. But in the Uinta Basin, we're talking light rain showers. We had some thunderstorms that rolled through earlier, but a lot of loved ones right now driving through the mountains headed back from the lake or southern Utah, most likely encountering some of these showers along I-15 as they approach from Beaver to Cedar right now, also through the central Utah mountains. If you got folks headed back from Powell, most likely encountering some rain, maybe even some snow at the higher elevations. Temperatures tonight, though, really not horrible. In the 50s, a little on the cool side. However, cloud cover remains at the mostly cloudy side of the scale, if you will. No showers included, but look at the temperatures as we head into Friday. We're talking temperatures in the 70s, and folks, it's going to get even warmer. I'll show you those numbers coming up.
It's a very trying time for us, excuse me, and we're going to get through it.
2 people are dead and dozens more hurt, and hundreds are without power or homes tonight. Oklahoma's governor toured the damage as residents begin the cleanup process today. Take a look at all of that damage right there. A number of tornadoes just pummeled parts of Oklahoma over the weekend. The twister left a path of destruction, as you can see, cut through a local motel and even shredded mobile homes in El Reno. And officials in Arkansas are a little concerned as floodwaters at the Dam 13 near Barling, Arkansas continue to rise, threatening those living nearby. Flooding is so bad, 2 dam operators had to be rescued as floodwaters forced them to the roof. And in southern Utah, fire officials say the state almost saw its first wildfire. Washington County crews responded to a blaze that started by a campfire over the weekend. That fire quickly tore through a patch of dried vegetation. According to the St. George News, the fire was just over an acre in size and was put out in under an hour. The man accused of starting the 2017 Bryan Head fire may appear before a jury nearly 2 years after that fire started. 62-year-old Robert Ray Lyman's trial is tentatively set to begin on June 26th. But Lyman's attorney has the option to cancel and request a preliminary hearing for new charges. The judge gave the state until June 3rd to file. Lyman was reportedly burning weeds near his cabin when the Bryan Head fire started back in June of 2017. They protect our communities, but new national data out shows many U.S. cities are not doing enough for firefighters. According to the CDC, firefighters have a 9% higher risk of being diagnosed with cancer and a 14% higher risk of dying from it. Burning buildings expose firefighters to an array of dangerous chemicals.
Some of that stuff can get on your skin, in your clothes, and the turnout gear that we wear. And for years we were kind of unbeknownst to what it was doing to us psychologically and physically and health-wise.
Tennessee is leading the way by recently passing the Berry-Brady Act. It provides presumptive benefits for firefighters battling 1 in 4 different types of cancers as if they were on-the-job injuries. The cancers covered are non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, colon cancer, skin cancer, and multiple melanoma cancer. President Donald Trump says he is not concerned with the recent North Korea short-range missile tests. This despite the fact that those missiles are well within reach of Japan, where the president is wrapping up a 4-day state visit. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe called the test regrettable, and the president's own national security advisor, John Bolton, he even went on to say they violate UN sanctions.
My people think it could have been a violation, as you know. I view it differently. I view it as a man, perhaps he wants to get attention, and perhaps not. Who knows?
Overall, President Trump and Prime Minister Abe say the trip has been productive. The U.S. and Japan could reach a new trade agreement by August. Abe says he is willing to act as a mediator between the U.S. and Iran, something the president says he's open to. Results are still coming in tonight after European Parliament elections ended today. Experts believe Europeans are now in for some big changes. This year's election turnout is one of the highest in at least 20 years, according to the AP. Voters took their concerns about immigration and security to the ballot box. The Parliament has an important say in the international treaties ranging from trade talks to Brexit. Another mountaineer, this time from Colorado, has died after summiting Mount Everest. This latest death brings the death toll for the 2019 climbing season to 11 people. We're told 62-year-old attorney Christopher John Coolish died today after reaching the top. In a statement, the family said they were, quote, heartbroken.
Too many people, one weather window, all in. And there are obvious consequences to it.
This year, a record number of climbing permits have been issued, and it's making for a dangerous ascent. Just last week, a Utah man died on the way down Mount Everest. Experts say the big crowds and harsh weather is leaving people in the so-called death zone, as you can see right there, for longer than what is safe. A 6-month-old baby from Michigan is recovering tonight after being found in a motel room with her dead parents. Authorities say the child survived 2 to 3 days on her own. She was eventually found after police were called for a welfare check. Their cause of death is still being investigated. Investigators and family confirm that drug paraphernalia was found inside of that room and say there is no indication of foul play. Reaction is coming in now from California after another racehorse had to be put down after getting hurt at a racetrack. This one happened in the Santa Anita Park racetrack on Saturday after the horse hurt its leg during a race. That horse was put down on Sunday. This is now the 26th horse that had to be euthanized at the park just since December.
Everybody's got to be pointed at the fact that the horse comes first. If you do not put the safety of the horse first at this track, you will not be welcome here.
Experts say 26 is an unusually high number of horse deaths for a single race season. The deaths have sparked a re-examination of the sport in the state, as well as a re-evaluation of procedures and reforms across the country. Well, 1 year ago today, Josh Holt returned home after being falsely imprisoned in a Venezuelan jail for nearly 24 months. He was suddenly released after Senator Bob Corker from Tennessee met with President Nicolas Maduro in Caracas. In February of this year, the Holt family suffered yet another tragedy when Holt's mother, Lori, passed away. Well, a special deal for you and your family just ahead of the summertime movie releases. We're going to show you how you can take part in this sweet deal and how families here in Utah are honoring the fallen and spending their Memorial Day evening.